song off the album. It's called Rally Round the Flag.
Okay. My name is J.J. Pearson. I'm a boy from North Vancouver, British Columbia. As a young lad, I was 16 years old, an American punk rock band. Came on tour through Canada and played with a band that I roadied for, D.O.A. And at the end of their show, the singer and the drummer got in a fist fight, and the singer knocked the drummer out, and he got up and quit the band and left him stranded in Vancouver. Ron Reyes played drums for him one night, and then Zippy Pinhead played drums for him one night, and they were asking, they had some shows booked down the West Coast. They said, we need to get a drummer to fill in, and D.O.A. said, well, the kid that roadies for us is a pretty good drummer. And so they called me, and I thought that at first they wanted me to roadie for the band. So I said, yeah, I'd love to come down to the coast and do some shows, work with you. And they said, well, where's your drums? And I was like, shit, you want to use my drums too? And they go, well, no, we want you to drum. And I'm like, oh, okay.
This is intermission.
Yeah, intermission.
Bruce and JJ playing guitar.
Two people are from England.
Yeah, Rob and I.
Yeah.
Those two. And Bruce here is from Ohio.
Ohio.
Which is not really part of the United States.
Yeah.
Again, I saw his. His is like this big, you know.
Oh yeah.
She's doing this by hand. She's not using no machine or nothing.
Right.
Torch a fucking pendant. Yeah. It's all bruised, isn't it?
Too much for that.
Oh yeah, it smarts after a while, you know. Your arm gets real tender.
You didn't feel any kind of blood?
No, I bled like a son of a bitch. Though. She was trying to do them stars there by hand. She'd stick it and wipe it, stick it and wipe it. Man, she'd...
Oh, that was showing one thing if we were showing it.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
No, look at this. He decides to outdo me, but he does the Canadian flag done wrong, right?
That's not done wrong.
They don't have those lines on their flag. You silly get there. It's red.
They played me their first single. They had a single called War Hero, and we played the song War Hero, and then we went and practiced, and then they played the flip side. Somebody helped me, and we played that song. And then they had a live tape from the show that they played with D.O.A. and Dead Kennedys in Vancouver at the Commodore Ballroom. And they had a live tape from that, so we played that, and we'd play a couple songs off of that. And they said, well, yeah, you know, I guess I did okay. And they said, yeah, we got 4 shows down the West Coast, and then we'll, you know, go play those and we'll bring you back. And I said, okay, let's go.
This one's about voting for the nuclear freeze. I can't vote because I'm not a citizen, but if anybody who can vote, you best be voting.
First show we played in San Francisco at the Mabuhay Gardens was with Dead Kennedys and Husker Du, us and Church Police, and it was packed. And the Mabuhay Gardens was kind of like the cool punk rock club in San Francisco, and we played that show. And then we went down to L.A. I'd never played in big shows before. It was I played at little teeny bars and stuff with no exit where there'd be like 50 to 100 people, and these things were packed. but I, never really played shows like this, and I was, I thought this was pretty damn cool, and I kind of was chummy with their roadie, because I was a roadie, and I told him, I said, man, this is cool as hell. I don't want to go home. I want to stay. And so he asked the guy, said, hey, the kid, wants to stay, and they said, sure. And that's when it got real. That's when we started the tour, and it was just Toxic Reasons, not playing with Dead Kennedys and TSOL and Black Flag, and No Money. And we had a manager, John Babin, and we had a manager, and I got my first per diem. That's where you get what you get paid per day on tour, and I got $1, and it was 1981. So $1 a pack of cigarettes were like 75 cents, and so Bruce and I, the guitar player and singer, we would we'd take our $2 and go get a bag of Bull Durham tobacco and a can of kidney beans and some flour tortillas, and that was our day. And so we did that. We toured the States and Canada, recorded a single. So it was the band's second single, my first single with them. It was called Ghost Town. It had a reggae song and 2 punk rock songs, Killer and Noise Boys. And that was produced by East Bay Ray of the Dead Kennedys. So we did that single, and we toured States and Canada. At the time, we toured about 10 months a year. We played all the time. It was fun and all that stuff, but it was pretty hard. We didn't make any money. Some of the shows we did really well in weird towns like Kenosha, Wisconsin, and Omaha, Nebraska, and the Dead Kennedys and D.O.A. and Black Flag and stuff. They would do big in the New York, San Francisco, L.A. and we tour every little one-horse town. And we did well in the Kansas Cities and stuff like that, and it was good fun. It was it's what we did. We weren't rock stars or rich or anything by any sense of the word, but it was pretty good.
It's morning again in America. Today, more men and women will go to work than ever before in our country's history. With interest rates at about half the record highs of 1980, nearly 2,000 families today will buy new homes, more than at any time in the past 4 years. This afternoon, 6,500 young men and women will be married. And with inflation at less than half of what it was just 4 years ago, they can look forward with confidence to the future. It's morning again in America. And under the leadership of President Reagan, our country is prouder and stronger and better. Why would we ever want to return to where we were less than 4 short years ago?
The inspiration for us was the Reagan era, Ronald Reagan. We definitely thought that the world was coming to an end with the Cold War and Russia and all that. We thought that old Ronald Reagan was going to bring us into World War III, and we were all going to die.
It's called Destroyer.
played a bunch of tours, the RAR tours that was put on by the American Communist Party. Rock Against Reagan. We played at the Lincoln Memorial with dead Kennedys. There were thousands of people, and that was an RAR show. And they put on a lot of stuff. That's MDC did whole tours with RAR. The basic us against them sort of thing back in those days was Reagan administration. Our songs were, nuclear freeze, about American-funded wars. A lot of times they would give money to both sides just to make money off the conflict. So we were sort of against American involvement in everything. We played a bunch of benefits for Jello Biafra's legal defense. He got in some trouble. They had an album, and the artwork on it was from H.R. Geiger. He was the guy who did Alien, the artwork for Alien. But it was, I think it was a bunch of penises going into vaginas or something. So Jello Biafra got arrested or whatever for pandering pornography to minors or whatever. So he had this huge legal defense, also funded by Frank Zappa. He was part of it too.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. It was all over the news. It was right when the PMRC was going on.
Tipper Gore? Yeah.
And all that
Place
stuff.
warning labels on albums that might contain lyrically or visually offensive material. Now, not every third album ended up being stickered, but there was some fallout. When the Dead Kennedys released their latest album, Frankenchrist, it bore the following label. The inside foldout of this record cover is a work of art by H.R. Geiger that some people may find shocking, repulsive, or offensive. Life can sometimes be that way. The poster is a graphic depiction of genitalia that has been on display in some European museums, but to me, it sort of looked like vegetables in mud. And I'd show it to you, but it's no longer available in the album.
So we were right in the thick of that. That was some fun times. It was quite an education. From 1981 to 1995, I put out 9 albums, played in 12 countries, and it was definitely I got my doctorate in holy shit.